welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really crucial, joint health.
Mm,
It's just so fundamental for staying mobile, flexible, living without pain, especially, well, as we get older, or if you have a demanding lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. What if the key to really resilient, comfortable joints isn't just, say, the newest supplement or endless PT, but maybe something powerful and natural right there in your kitchen?
That's exactly where we're headed in this deep dive. We really want to explore how nutrition is honestly one of the most effective ways to support strong, healthy joints from the inside out.
Right. Often overlooked, maybe.
Definitely. And our source material, like nourishing joints, recipes and remedies for mobility and comfort, it gives such a great road map. Lots of strategies that are surprisingly easy to actually do.
So the goal is kind of a shortcut for people listening.
Yeah, a shortcut to understanding how you can naturally protect your joints using food.
Okay, I love that. And what's really interesting, I think, is getting into the science just a little. Before we jump into specific foods, maybe we can touch on what our joints actually need.
Good idea.
They've got that cartilage cushion, the synovial fluid for lubrication, complex stuff designed to move smoothly.
Exactly. And keeping those parts healthy, well, that requires specific nutritional building blocks. It's like a whole team working together.
A team, okay.
Yeah, you need a mix of anti-inflammatory foods, those healthy fats we hear about, plus essential vitamins and minerals. Think of omega-3 fatty acids.
Hmm.
They're not just good for you in general.
Right.
They actively work on reducing inflammation pathways. So they help dial down that whole inflammatory process at a cellular level. It's like turning down the volume on joint discomfort.
Wow, okay. So it's pretty specific how they work, not just general health.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And think about vitamin C. It's absolutely essential because it directly helps your body make collagen.
And collagen's the main protein in cartilage, right?
Very good. The primary one, yes. So without enough vitamin C, you're basically hindering your body's ability to repair its own cushioning.
Makes sense.
Then you've got vitamin D and calcium. They're crucial for protecting the bones themselves, which, form the joint structure.
The foundation.
Exactly. And antioxidants play a huge role, too. They fight oxidative stress. Think of it like cellular rust, which can damage joint tissues over time.
Okay.
And then for actually rebuilding and supporting the cartilage itself, you need things like collagen and gelatin. These are really the core elements joints need to stay strong and resilient.
So knowing all that,
Yeah.
knowing what our joints need, where do we find these things in, everyday foods? What does this actually mean for your plate?
It means we can be really strategic. We can choose foods that deliver these nutrients directly.
Okay, like what are the top ones?
Well, fatty fish are a big one.
Right.
Salmon, mackerel, sardines, just packed with those inflammation-fighting omega-3s.
Mm.
Leafy greens, too, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. They're loaded with calcium and antioxidants.
Good staple.
And berries. Their bright colors come from anthocyanins, which are amazing at fighting inflammation, real powerhouses.
I love berries, so that's good news for me. Now, turmeric, that gets talked about a lot.
Yeah.
What's the deal with turmeric for joints?
Ah, yes, turmeric. It's got curcumin, which is a really potent anti-inflammatory compound. That's why it gets so much attention, and rightly so.
Okay.
Then there's bone broth. It's naturally rich in collagen, plus glucosamine and chondroitin. Those are compounds already found in healthy cartilage.
Like building blocks.
Exactly, building blocks and shock absorbers. Now, if you're looking for plant-based omega-3s, chia seeds and flax seeds are fantastic.
Good options.
And olive oil, especially extra virgin, it contains something called oleocanthal. Interestingly, it sort of mimics the effects of some anti-inflammatory drugs.
Wow, really?
Nuts like almonds and walnuts are great too for those healthy joint lubricating fats.
Yeah.
And we can't forget ginger. It's known for reducing joint swelling and pain.
Ginger's great.
And finally, sweet potatoes. High in beta-carotene and magnesium, both important for overall joint health.
That's quite a list. But what strikes me is, like you said, many are just regular foods, not super exotic things you have to track down.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah, like bone broth for me, that's been huge. And I think people sometimes underestimate simple things like ginger. It's pretty powerful.
It really is.
So, okay, we know what to eat, but how do we actually make it happen?
Well,
Let's talk practical stuff.
perfect transition, because knowing isn't always doing, right? How do we get these nutrients into our meals easily? Our sources have some great, really simple and tasty ideas.
Easy and delicious, my favorite combination. What's first?
Okay, first up, anti-inflammatory golden milk. It's so soothing. You just need a cup of unsweetened almond milk, about a teaspoon of turmeric powder. half a teaspoon of cinnamon, maybe a quarter teaspoon of ginger powder, a teaspoon of raw honey, and crucially, a little pinch of black pepper.
Why the pepper?
The pepper actually helps your body absorb the turmeric much, much better. It's key.
Ah, good tip.
Then you just heat everything gently in a saucepan, medium heat, stir it, let it simmer for maybe 5 minutes. Sipping it warm daily can really help calm joint inflammation.
That sounds lovely. Definitely something easy to add in the evening. Okay, what else?
How about a light but really nourishing meal? A healing bone broth soup.
Okay.
For this, you need about 2 cups of bone broth. Homemade is great, but good quality store-bought works too. Then maybe a cup of chopped carrots, a cup of spinach or kale.
Get those greens in.
Exactly. Half a diced onion, a clove of garlic, and then just salt, pepper, maybe some thyme to taste.
Simple enough.
Yeah, you just saute the onion and garlic quickly in the pot, add the broth and the veggies, and simmer until the vegetables are tender. It's a fantastic way to get that collagen and other nutrients in a comforting bowl.
That sounds perfect, especially on a cooler day. And maybe something fresh.
A salad.
You read my mind. A joint-friendly berry salad, super easy. Take about 2 cups of spinach or maybe arugula for a peppery kick.
Add half a cup of blueberries, half a cup of strawberries, get those anthocyanins in there. Then about 2 tablespoons of chopped walnuts for healthy fats, a tablespoon of chia seeds.
More omega-3s?
Right. And then just a simple drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and maybe a splash of apple cider vinegar for the dressing.
And just toss it all together.
Just combine it all in a bowl, toss gently, and serve it fresh. It's that perfect mix of anti-inflammatory berries and those joint lubricating healthy fats.
Okay, those are some great practical food ideas. But, beyond what we eat, the sources also mention some interesting DIY remedies, things you can make at home for, like direct relief.
Yes, focusing on external comfort, too, which is really important for a holistic approach.
Totally. So what kind of remedies are we talking about?
Well, one really simple but effective one is a turmeric and Epsom salt soak.
Ah, for a bath.
Exactly. You just need about a cup of Epsom salt, a tablespoon of turmeric powder, and if you like, maybe 5 drops of lavender essential oil for extra relaxation.
Sounds nice.
You just add all that to a warm bath and soak for about 20 minutes. The Epsom salt helps relax muscles, and the turmeric gets to work on inflammation. It's great for easing stiffness.
That's a lovely way to unwind and help your joints. What if you need something more targeted for like a specific knee or elbow?
Good question. For that, a ginger oil massage can be really helpful.
Okay, how do you make that?
Super simple. Just combine about 2 tablespoons of a carrier oil, like olive oil or coconut oil, with either a teaspoon of freshly grated ginger or maybe 5 drops of ginger essential oil.
Fresh or essential oil.
Yep. Then just warm the oil slightly. You want it warm, not hot, and gently massage it into the joints that are bothering you. Doing this maybe 2 or 3 times a week can really help reduce that localized swelling and pain because of ginger's natural anti-inflammatory properties.
That sounds really soothing, a nice self-care ritual too.
It can be, yeah.
And what about internal support again, but maybe not a full meal, like a drink?
Absolutely. You can make a potent anti-inflammatory herbal tea.
Ooh, tell me more.
Okay, you'll need about a teaspoon of dried nettle leaf, or alternatively dried turmeric root,
Nettle or turmeric, okay.
a teaspoon of grated fresh ginger, a teaspoon of honey for a touch of sweetness, and about 1½ cups of hot water.
And just steep it.
Exactly. Steep the herbs in the hot water for about 10 minutes, strain it, add the honey, and drink it daily. This works on inflammation from the inside out, giving you a steady stream of those beneficial compounds.
Lots of different ways to tackle this.
Which brings up a really important point, actually. If we connect all this to the bigger picture, what other daily habits can kind of boost the benefits of these foods and remedies?
Right, because it's not just about food, is it?
Not at all. Holistic joint health involves more. For instance, just staying properly hydrated is huge for joint lubrication. That synovial fluid needs water to keep things moving smoothly.
Like oiling the hinges. Simple, but easy to forget.
So true. And weight plays a massive role too, as you might expect.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Less pressure on the joints.
Exactly. Maintaining a healthy weight dramatically reduces the mechanical stress, especially on your knees, hips, and spine. It's a big factor.
Makes sense. And exercise. People worry about exercise hurting joints sometimes.
That's a valid concern, but it's about the type of exercise. Low-impact activities are fantastic. Think swimming, yoga, walking.
Gentle movement.
Right.
Yeah.
They improve function, flexibility, and strength without putting excessive stress on the joints. But on the flip side, it's also really important to know what to avoid.
Like what?
Processed foods, especially those high in sugar and unhealthy trans fats. They can actively promote inflammation throughout your body.
So they basically cancel out the good stuff you're eating.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
They work against you. And one last simple habit, stretching daily. It sounds basic, but it's so powerful for improving flexibility and reducing that morning stiffness, keeping joints limber.
Okay, so hydration, weight, low-impact movement, avoiding processed stuff, and stretching.
Yeah.
It's a whole lifestyle process.
It really is.
Wow. This deep dive has really shown, I think, that supporting your joints doesn't have to be super expensive or incredibly complicated.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about empowering yourself with this knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Combining the anti-inflammatory foods, these nourishing recipes, the simple DIY remedies,
Yeah.
protecting your joints naturally, holistically.
Yeah, it brings home that idea that our bodies want to heal and thrive if we give them the right support.
Totally.
And whether you're, just starting out on a wellness path, or maybe you're actively managing joint discomfort already, just integrating even a few of these tips into your daily routine, it can bring real long-term relief. It can significantly improve your mobility and just your overall comfort.
It's about those small, consistent steps adding up.
Exactly. Small steps, big impact over time.
Love it. And to really help people put this into practice, here's a great bonus tip from the sources. Why not try making a joint support smoothie?
Ooh, nice one.
Yeah. It's like an anti-inflammatory powerhouse you can whip up super fast. Just blend, say, one banana, maybe have a cup of mixed berries.
Get those antioxidants.
Right. A tablespoon of flaxseed for omega-3s, a teaspoon of that amazing turmeric, maybe a cup of almond milk, and throw in a handful of spinach for extra nutrients.
Sneaky greens.
Totally. Add some ice, blend it up, and enjoy. It's packed with goodness.
Sounds delicious and easy.
So maybe the takeaway for everyone listening is pick just one thing, one small change, one recipe, one remedy you heard today, and just try incorporating it this week. See how it feels.
That's great advice. Start small.
Yeah, your joints will definitely thank you for it down the road.